How's everyone? I'm really tired. So tired. I danced in the silent disco at Northern Spark. I went to the night library. I painted an alebrije.
Nice.
I've never done that before. I saw good friends, and I met new ones. Mm-hmm. I'm really tired. I stayed up late, really, really late. And I hope it feels really happy, though. I feel full. How about you?
Yeah. Yes. No, please. This is my umpteenth cup of coffee. And I also had that experience, which I was really hoping for, in that as an artist by nature and an administrator by practice, that I would be able to make things with my hands and hear things and be in places with all of you. And so I hope that you had those experiences too, to remind yourself that art and making and doing is at the heart of all of our work together. So thank you for being here with us in this place to do this work. Thanks to the foundations and corporate sponsors who have made it possible for us to be here. And I am so ready to hand this off to Washington, D.C. So we'd like to bring Michael Bigley from the D.C. Commission of Arts and Humanities upstage. Hello, would you like a convention?
Oh, yeah. Michael, we have a little bit of advice for you, okay? Expect lots and lots and lots of emails. Lots of emails.
So many emails. So many emails. And then tell people what you need and make that happen. And then we may have been together here for 4 days, but it is an 18-month organizing process to make this happen. And so it is an amazing opportunity, not just to invite people into your community, but to build power in your community and build relationships here. And so that is the lasting legacy, I think, of Americans for the Arts here in the Twin Cities, is that it has made us closer together and built new things. So go do that in DC, because Lord knows we need bridge building in Washington right now.
Oh, yeah. Over to you, Michael.
I wasn't quite going to go there with DC, but thanks for going there for me. Thanks, everybody. Good morning. My name is Michael Bigley. I'm the Deputy Director of the DC Commission on the Arts and Humanities, the official arts agency of the District of Columbia. And for those of you that don't realize, there is actually a local government, not a federal. There's also a federal government, but there's a local government in the district. On behalf of the mayor, Muriel Bowser, it is my pleasure to welcome and introduce you to Washington, D.C., the host city for Americans for the Arts Conference next year. Of course, when most people think of D.C., they think of the federal government, Congress, the president, and the Supreme Court. They think of a city full of bureaucrats and lobbyists where everyone can try to run for office or work for a political campaign. When people think of the arts and culture in DC, they probably think of landmark institutions like the Smithsonian and the Kennedy Center. But beyond the National Mall, when you get past Washington and you move into the district, there is an incredibly rich and diverse cultural and creative community to engage with and explore. And I'm excited that you're all going to have the opportunity to do so. For a city of 700,000 residents with an area of less than 70 square miles, a city that belongs to no state, mind you, which we're trying to change, we have some truly incredible artistic and cultural assets to be proud of. DC is home to the largest collection of Shakespearean works in the entire world. We are home to 2 regional Tony Award-winning theaters, and only New York City has more theater seats than we do. Before the Harlem Renaissance, DC had Black Broadway on U Street. We are home to the first modern art museum in America. We have more writers per capita than any other city in America. Arts and cultural production accounts for 8.4% of the district's local economy, and there are almost 170,000 jobs in the creative industries in DC. And a particular point of pride for me, out of the 56 states and jurisdictional art agencies, DC is ranked #1 in per capita funding for the past 5 years. Currently, the district government invests over $45 per resident to support the arts through the DC Commission on the Arts and Humanities. So if any of you were thinking that DC is just, I would have clapped, but I don't want to toot my own horn. So if any of you were previously thinking that DC was just a boring government town, or if you pictured life in the nation's capital, something like Scandal or House of Cards, hopefully this has dispelled the notion a little bit for you, although we certainly have bits of that. The district is rich in its diversity of cultures and creativity, and our mayor and the other elected officials believe in the strong values that the arts bring to the city, and they have demonstrated that time and again, investing in the city's creative and cultural sector is important. So, my thanks to Americans for the Arts for selecting DC for the 2020 convention, and I'm excited to welcome you there next year. So I want to give you a brief taste by putting up a video to give you a sneak peek of what DC is all about. Thank you.
Some people call this place the most powerful city in the world. Others call it Washington, D.C. But I just call it home. This place is magical. Not because the president lives here, or because of the monument and the museums, but because of the people. It's like a whole other world. The culture, the history. It's easy to get lost in it all. But sometimes you have to get lost to find yourself. A lot of people just pass through. But this is my home. DC, I love you.